Hi guys, welcome to Tarotscopes for August 2023. I've got my new mic set up, so hopefully you're hearing me okay. But as always, I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for the collective. That's what we'll start with. Then I'm going to pull a card of the year for Leo, since we're going to be in Leo season. And then I'll go in order through the zodiac. And you can listen for your sun sign, and your rising sign and your moon sign if you'd like, and sort of view those parts of the scope through the lens of what that means. So for rising, it's sort of like view it through the lens of how you are perceived. Through, if you're going to listen to it from your moon sign, you're going to view it through your emotional experience and your emotions. And if it's your sun sign, that's really your personality and one of your strongest, traits. So let's go ahead and do the collective. Please be clear. I feel kind of called out by this collective reading. It's very much resonant with where I'm at. So we've got the the Knight of Wands. We have the Five of Cups, and then we also have the Judgment card. So here's the deal: you're going to be ready and finally able to take action on a passion or a pursuit or an idea, something that really lights you up that perhaps you have been stalling on. But it's sort of a mixed energy. So although you're happy to be moving forward and proceeding forward, there's still this sense of grief and lost, and there's like this emotional component to what you're leaving behind. And so this month, it's okay to let those feelings sort of wash over you and process them so it doesn't come to bite you in the butt down the road. But at the same time, we've got to be doing two things at once. We have to be continuing to move forward and follow this passionate path and take action on it. Now, what's also interesting here is this Judgment card to me shows that this decision that you're making or this direction that you're going in really aligns with your sense of purpose and a bigger picture. So if you can focus on the why and knowing, that after you grieve or move through these emotions, you're more in line with your purpose in the world, then you will be able to move through it a little bit more gracefully. So again, keep your eyes on your passion and pursuits, take action on that, grieve when necessary, process those emotions, and know that your eyes are set on your true mission and purpose. Okay, card of the year for Leo. What do we got? Boom! We have the 10 of Cups, which is so perfect. So this is a great year for you to be really full of emotional connections, friendship, community. You're going to feel so loved and just so full. So I would make it a concerted effort to invest in those relationships that matter most, and to be a reciprocal part of your community and make sure that you're giving as much as you take, and to really prioritize these wonderful heart-centered connections in this big, it's showing here like a big group of people who love you, of colleagues, of folks that are invested in you, that want to see you succeed and happy. That's such a beautiful card for this year. Okay, let's see for the month of August. All right, we have the 10 of Wands, we have the Temperance card, and then we also have the High Priestess. So it's showing here to me early in the month, you might be feeling overwhelmed. You might be feeling like you're sort of pushing a boulder up a hill, and that's okay. Whenever I see this card, the advice I always tell my clients is, you either need to delegate or reprioritize and kind of put some things on the back burner. What is most important here for you as you're navigating this feeling of overwhelm is how can you reestablish a sense of balance, but like profound soul level, like real overarching balance and healing. And so it seems like you start off out of balance and you're going to be spending the month trying to recalibrate so that you can feel even keeled. And that might mean that you have to sort of heal some things. It's also showing here with this High Priestess that your intuition is right on. And through this balance and restoration process, you gain access to your deeper wisdom more clearly than ever before. And so when you're feeling overwhelmed, you got to tell yourself that you've got to have these different habits and routines to recenter so that you can hear clearly what it is. I say hear because that's my sense, but like you can hear, you can sense, you can see, you can get your body will like pull you forward. Whatever your psychic senses are, we want to hear it, or still say hear. We want to engage that intuitive sense, whatever that is for you, and use that to guide your way. But if you're swimming in overwhelm, it's very hard to hear that small, still voice. Still saying here. Sorry, I'm just so used to thinking of it in those terms. I'm going to check my list because last month I left Capricorn off, which I felt terrible for. And don't you know, I heard from the Capricorns. Okay, so after Leo, just to double check here, we are going into Virgo. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that it's Virgo season already so soon. All right, here we go. Virgos. Ooh. All right, Virgos. Stuff's about to take off for you guys. Your hard work is about to pay off. We've got the Queen of Swords, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have this Nine of Pentacles. So you have been playing the long game. You have been making the strategic moves and steps in order for you to make more money, have more success, have more of what you want in the world on a material level. More wealth, more clout, more job opportunities, more projects that you love. And sometimes when you have this Queen of Swords, this long vision ahead of you, you're not gaining the rewards in the moment. This really is a strategic play for the long haul. This month, I would say mid-month at the latest, things are going to start dropping into place. You're going to have opportunities. You might get windfalls of cash. Seeds are going to be planted for you to actually start to turn a profit or make money based on the strategy that you set off maybe years ago. Who knows how long it's been. And it starts as like a trickle of money. So use that trickle as a win to build, because it says by the end of the month, you will receive a significant amount of money, or you will be seeing the returns continue to grow and grow and grow, and you have set yourself up to make more money in the very near future. I'm so grateful to hear about that from our Virgo friends. All right, Libra. All right, Libra. What do we got for you guys? Okay. Libras, this is a month with this. We have the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Hermit, and we have the Page of Swords. This is a month for you to get to work on self-mastery. And this can look a lot of different ways. Sometimes this is personal development. Sometimes this is learning new skills to help you further your career or passions. But whatever it is, it's definitely a refinement period. And so we want to use this time to really dive deep and sharpen skills to take you to the next level of expertise. And it's showing here with this Hermit card, it kind of makes me feel like it could be an inner inquiry and sort of personal evolution, because the Hermit is really when we start to integrate and have those introspective periods where we start to sort of, like I said, integrate the past experience and make it useful to how we move forward. It's also showing that this month, I love this Page of Swords because it kind of reminds me of some Libra energy since it's an air sign. The Page of Swords is saying this is a great month to be able to communicate what you're learning, communicate your thoughts and insights, all the stuff that you're going to learn through this hermetic period. You are going to be doing really well to share that with others and really pierce through, and people can really hear you this month. So go ahead and speak your truth. All right, next we have Scorpio. All right. Ooh, we're seeing some Scorpio. Good stuff for Scorpio. Yay. Okay, we have the Page of Cups, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Cups. So this is a really profitable month for Scorpios. So I love to see this Ten of Pentacles energy right in the middle of the spread. So this shows this influx of material wealth or feeling abundant and having a lot of resources at your disposal, which will start to maybe generate actual money or material windfalls. And the key to this material sort of windfall is twofold. It's all in emotion. So we're seeing the Page of Cups, the sign of emotion, and the Queen of Cups. So the Page of Cups starts to deliver you these really creative ideas, these playful notions, these little ways to get in touch with your intuition, with your feelings, and all of that. If you can take these little nudges and activate them, then it's showing that that's sort of where the money starts to spring from. And as the money starts to grow, you align with your mature, heart-centered nature with this Queen of Cups and your intuition, and you continue to grow from there through the heart. So I think about, if you're, in work, let's say, I would think about how can you align with your heart center? How can you align with this feeling of being in service and this energy of giving, to help you move your mission forward and make maybe potential money? If it's in your relationship, I'm going to be asking you to really get in touch with your emotions and feelings, and with your interpersonal relationships, and use that to guide you in a mature way to deliver your heartfelt messages and to gain a sense of abundance in all areas of your life. All right, next we have Sagittarius. Please be clear for Sagittarius. We have lots of little archetypes swirling around here. Okay, Sagittarius, we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Hierophant. And I'm going to read these court cards as if these are aspects of self. And so, because there's just so many of you guys, so let's do it with that perspective. So first of all, with the Queen of Pentacles, this month, first and foremost, you have to take care of your physical body, your finances, and your physical environment in a way that feels really nurturing and grounding to you. So first and foremost, that has to take precedence over any other activity that you do. And it really will help for you to actually provide this for yourself. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't get, other services, let's say a massage or something like that. But really, we want to get you in this real receptive, nurturing sort of space. Then it's saying from there, with this Knight of Wands, once you're full up, you're going to feel like sprinting towards a creative passion, idea, or project. This is very similar to the collective reading. You're going to feel like you are on fire, but you have to take care of yourself first to have the energy to sort of thrust forward whatever these pursuits are. Then, once you figure out how it is that you've nurtured yourself and it's worked, because this month it's like you're going to crack that code and have an influx of energy that you can disperse. You're going to have to ritualize that, systemize that, and come up with really strong habits and routines with this Hierophant, these structures that can keep you in this mode. The nurturance, and then you collect the energy, and then you spend the energy, and then the nurturance, collect, spend, and figure out it's going to look like a different formula for every single person. But once you crack that code, there's going to be so much longevity for you, and you're going to feel like your cup is always full. All right, Capricorn, we don't want to forget them again. All right, the Hermit card again for Capricorn, the Five of Pentacles, and then the Page of Cups. So I'll show you these cards so that you can see what they look like. So for the Capricorns, this is going to be also a very introspective month. I'm not going to really ask you to be super social, to engage with other people if you're not feeling like it. But I will say this. This is a retrospective period for you this month. You're going to want to look at all the things that you've done in the recent past, and you're going to want to integrate this very carefully. Sorry, I got something in my throat. You're going to want to integrate this very carefully so that you can use these lessons moving forward. We don't want some of these hardships that you've been going through to just sort of repeat themselves because you haven't fully digested them and learned what to do differently in the future. Now we're seeing here with this Five of Pentacles, sometimes this indicates a financial hardship, maybe a physical hardship, like you're feeling tired or exhausted or not well. Seeing the Hermit with the Five of Pentacles might mean that some of you Capricorns, get a summer flu or something like that where you're kind of forced to be alone. But what I'm asking you here is to not really get stuck in sort of like the physical illness, or if there's any sort of financial stings that happen. It's saying to look at them with this Page of Cups, with this sort of levity, with this sense of play. Like, not everything is so serious. So when you hit any of these rough patches this month and it feels like it's hard or heavy, or you're feeling kind of sick, I would just allow yourself to sort of just be playful about it and kind of see it as a comedy of errors. I will say this, if you do find yourself getting sick this month, it's sort of like a forced hermetic experience. So it might be that you've been pushing so hard that you're sort of almost made yourself sick in the way, just for like an excuse for you to like be alone and slow down. So if you can preemptively take these breaks and preemptively have this alone time, maybe you can dodge a forced hiatus. All right, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, we're seeing some similar cards, which is really cool. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Judgment card, and the Temperance card for you. So this is a great month for you to get to work. If you work for yourself, you got to really kind of get your hands dirty. If you are employed by somebody else, it's like really getting your hands dirty and taking control of some certain situations and really putting your fingerprint on your career, on your work projects, and anything that you're trying to create. It's showing here that through this work, you're going to get even more clear on your purpose, especially in the workplace, and why you're there. And if you don't have a job, I would think about, those areas in which you give your physical effort and exertion that makes you feel like you're being purposeful. And it's showing here that when you feel like you're being purposeful and you have that impact, and you can see your impact in the world, you can feel really balanced, and that's a healing for you. It is a healing to do hard work that is aligned with your mission, and that alone is a healing process. So if you have been doing work that hasn't been meaningful to you in the past, and you find yourself in a meaningful job, really take that in. Like, that's a miraculous healing. If you find yourself in a workplace that does not align with your visions and values, it is a good time to start contemplating what sort of shifts and moves you can make, because again, like, changing your relationship to work and how you think about it is actually a very profound healing for our Aquarius friends. All right, Pisces. Woo. All right, Pisces, we've got a lot of major arcana energy for you. All right, we've got the Devil, we've got the Chariot, and we have the Nine of Wands. I'm just going to say what has come up for me. You have split energy right now. You have this thing where it's like there's part of you that's wants to go 100 miles an hour in the right direction and have success and create momentum. And there's a part of you that keeps on either self-sabotaging, has negative or demoting habits, that's really getting gunked up and getting sort of into old patterns of thinking and habits and routines. And because your energy is split, you're actually getting exhausted. And it's because there's not really full momentum in one way. So an example of how this can look like is, 1 minute you can be feeling really positive about a project and you want to go for it. And then the doubts come in and you're like, well, maybe not. And then you go, oh, but yes. And then no, but no. So if you have that going on, if you've made a decision that you're second guessing because you're kind of worried or self-sabotaging or whatever, you've got to kind of get 100% of your energy in one direction and go for it. And you will actually receive a lot of positive energy that way, instead of splitting your energy and starting, stopping. So you've got to commit to something and just go for it. You just got to make that decision and just see it through, even if it's just for the next 30 days, and then you reevaluate. All right, Aries. All right, Aries, we have the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. So what we're seeing here is you start off the month feeling super stressed. You might be having a hard time sleeping. You might not have a lot of clarity. Everything might feel like it's triggering these anxiety attacks or these like anxious feelings. It's okay. It's showing here just around the corner, boom, you get that sense of mental clarity. And for you, that's what you need this month, is the mental clarity. And a lot of the resistance is actually in your mind. And that's sort of the battlefield right now, is totally internal and totally in your mind. Once you get that stroke of clarity and truth, and just like it'll resonate, that idea drops in or that notion, and you're like, yes, this is right. You move swiftly, and it's showing with this Nine of Pentacles, it really pays off. It can pay off financially. in particular. So if you're having any money stresses, work stresses, financial stresses, anything like that, just try your best to not get sort of spun out in this anxious state. Pray for clarity. And once you get it, it will give you the solution on how to fix that issue, or how to have that clarity to be earning more, or feeling like you have like a more happy family life. Like anything environmental starts to kick it up a notch. All right, Taurus. All right, Taurus. This is a great month for Taurus. This isn't, okay, well, it is a great month for Taurus, but it's not like a real pivotal month. I'm not seeing any sort of major shifts or changes. We're seeing the Three of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. So it is a good month for you to be social and to engage with other people and to get to know people and make friends and not just hide out alone, like really put yourself out there. A good way for you to put yourself out there and make connections is through being generous with your either money, time, talent, skills. So it's sort of a way that you can kind of get to know people, or a way that you can fortify these relationships by being really generous. Now, I will say the only major blip this month could be that as you're socializing and meeting these new people, there might be a little bit of judgment there. There might be some projections that you're putting on people. And sometimes, Taurus people are known to be a little bit judgmental. Don't let that get the best of you, because it's really creating a distance and sort of a haze between you and some people that could really be a good match for friendships or professional contacts or something like that. So as you're being social and as you're putting yourself out there this month, don't be judgy, be accepting, and see people's differences as ways to learn and not necessarily as barriers to connection. All right, let's see what else we got. Gemini. One. All right, Geminis. I see you guys. We've got some big energies here too. We got some major arcana energy for Geminis. We have the Empress, we have the Moon card, and we have the Page of Wands. Every time I get the Moon card, I'm just kind of like in this haze, and it seems super complex and confusing. And that's probably because that's the energy of the Moon. So this month, through this Empress energy, which is through getting in touch with your inner feminine, understanding how you want to give and receive love, understanding your definition of beauty and how you relate to it, understanding how you work on the inside to align your intuition with receptivity and sort of aligned action. It's not like that masculine charging ahead action, but just like opening up enough is sort of an action to take to kind of get in touch with your inner Empress. You might feel like dressing up and feeling sexy and all of that stuff. So through that process, you're going to be shown some things that are ready to be uncovered about how you relate to your femininity and your inner feminine. And so if you are, you're going to really be asked to evaluate that and what it means to you, and what is your definition of beauty, what is your standard of femininity. And this is not just for people who identify as women. We all have these feminine aspects of ourselves that are going to be called into question for examination, so that we can sort of realign that definition for ourselves in our own way. And when you do that, even though it could be confronting or confusing or you're not sure, it creates this sense of spark and excitement, because you're creating your own definition, and that's going to feel good, and it's going to spark you wanting to dive into that aspect of yourself more and more. And which is also really great, because our inner feminine is really beautiful, and it's really soft, and it's receptive, and it's in the flow, and it's in the moment, and it's playful and spontaneous. All of that. We have all of that in us. And so that's what's being called up, and it's going to really spark some fun within yourself, maybe some sacral, sexy energy. It's going to be really great. All right, last but not least, we have Cancer. Hope you had a good birthday, Cancers. All right. We have the Page of Wands again. Okay, for Cancers, we have this 8 of Wands, this 4 of Pentacles, and this Page of Wands. So things are going to start to move really quickly for you. So if there's stuff that you've had in motion or ideas that you've had, or you're working on some sort of spiritual awakening, psychic awakening, it feels like things are going to start this month with a lot of momentum coming off of your solar return in a really positive way. Now, here's what happens. When we expand, which it seems like you have been doing, and things are moving fast, sometimes we then contract. And then we have to have the time to level set to the new normal. So you get stretched, you reach your edges, and then you might contract and then reset to your new normal, like I just mentioned. So I would just say, if you find yourself sometime in this month in this contraction period, it's because you're trying to gain a sense of control, gain an upper hand, feel more like you're in charge. And what I'm seeing here is that we really need spirit to be in charge. We really need the universe to be in charge and for you to be really co-creative. So I would say in that contraction, which is probably bound to happen, still be open to messages from spirit. With this Page of Wands, it's like this little whispering to you, like you're going to get signs and synchronicities and all of those things that will help you keep that momentum going that you've already generated. So I would challenge yourself not to completely shut down, but keep prying yourself open just as much as you can take, especially because we want you to continue this spiritual process, these creative pursuits, all of this fiery, wandsy energy. So we don't want you to just clam up or like a crab, right? Just like go into your shell and miss all the signs and synchronicities that are guiding you forward. All right, that is everyone. I think we covered all of the tarot scopes for August of 2023. I appreciate you hanging in there. Please share with any of your friends that would find this useful. I would love to hear you in the comments and let me know what resonated, what didn't. And I look forward to seeing you guys again next month when we start moving into fall. All right, bye.